Hey gardeners, Amy here with Garden Up. Today I want to talk to you about this stunning beauty right here. This is called Scarlet GIlia or Ipomopsis aggregata. So Scarlet GIlia has a couple of common names: Scarlet GIlia, Scarlet Trumpet, and Skyrocket. And those are from, obviously, the characteristic scarlet flowers. The rocket name, though, is because the way the corollas pop outward is supposed to look like how a rocket's fire goes out at the base when it hits the ground, I think. That's what people saw when they named this flower, I guess. But I call it really pretty. It is currently the first week of June, and this has been blooming for me for about 2 weeks. It doesn't last very long, about 3 weeks-ish, before the flowers start to fade. It's very hardy to drought. In fact, this is on a corner of my lot that almost never gets water. I water the area every couple weeks when I remember, but in the corner over here hardly gets any. So it's very useful in a xeric situation where you want to save water. Loves full sun, and it loves heat. In fact, from what I understand, down in Texas, it actually gets up to 5 feet tall. Less water and more heat. It really likes the heat. Up in the mountains, it only gets to about 12 inches tall. So here we're at about less than 2 feet tall. This plant is native to the United States. Here's the Bonap map for it. So it is very susceptible to herbivory, which means it'll get eaten. So if you have a garden with a lot of deer, this may not be a good solution for you unless you're trying to feed the deer, and that's fine. From what I understand, if it gets eaten, it will obviously reduce the quantity of flowers and seeds, but it will then stimulate more growth that will create more flowers and more seeds. So what doesn't kill it will make it stronger. Another thing about this plant is the first year, it's just a little bit of basal growth leaves. That's all it does. What it's doing is it's photosynthesizing and collecting energy to feed its root, which it has deep taproot. And then the second year, it bolts. This is the third, I think, year that this has been in my garden. So it's not a biennial. I think it keeps going unless something actually kills it. So really awesome plant to have in your garden if you're looking for some natives. It's in the phlox family, Pulmoniaceae, but it has been given no fewer than 8 different genera in that family over the years. Scientists have had a very difficult time naming this thing. Over the years, taxonomists have named at least 27 different forms of Scarlet GIlia as separate species, but today they are all recognized as just 1 to 3 species, again, depending on the taxonomic treatment, with 7 to 10 different subspecies. Most authorities now know the species as Ipomopsis aggregata, though older books often treat it as GIlia aggregata, and it's also been known as Cantua aggregata. As of this recording, I don't yet know how to collect the seeds, so it's not available yet in my seed shop, but I know it does drop seeds because I've seen little volunteers throughout my garden. It's a really great plant to add to your native garden, though. It's excellent for pollinators, and it's actually being studied for the relationship it has with pollinators, specifically moths and bees. These tubular flowers are often pollinated by moths, and the attractiveness to which pollinator has to do with the flower color. The white ones are more attractive to moths, and the orange and red ones are more attractive to hummingbirds, I think. So it's a really cool plant to have. I highly recommend finding one of these if you can. In Spokane, they're available at Desert Jewels Nursery, and I think they're also available at Plants of the Wild. But check your local nurseries to see if you can find this, because it's an absolutely gorgeous specimen. On that note, everybody, thanks for watching. I hope you learned something. If you liked the video, make sure to tell me by hitting the like button. If you have any questions or comments, leave them in the comments down below. And if you haven't already done so, please subscribe so you get more gardening content in your video feed every week. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the garden.